Thursday Night Football takes us to St. Louis this week, where the Rams will host division rival Arizona. St. Louis, a 4.5-point favorite on BETDAQ, 40.5 the total in this game. Now the Rams are coming off back-to-back shutout wins. They beat the Washington Redskins 24-0 last week and the Oakland Raiders 52-0 back in Week 13. Still though, I think some people are surprised that the Rams are a 4.5-point favorite in this spot. After all, Arizona at 10-3 leads the NFC West. They've been thought of as one of the NFC's best teams throughout the season, and back in Week 10 when these teams met, it was not competitive. The Cardinals cruising to an easy 31-14 win. However, that was when Arizona had their starting quarterback, Carson Palmer. Palmer, of course, injured his knee in the Cardinals' next game in their Week 11 game, and since then, Arizona just has not been able to move the ball. Over their last 4 games with Drew Stanton under center, the Cardinals have scored 18 points or fewer in each one of those games. And the game they scored 18, that was because a defensive touchdown helped that point total a little bit. That was against the Atlanta Falcons a couple of weeks ago. Even though they pulled out a tough win over Kansas City last week, tough to trust the Cardinals right now after what we've seen out of their offense. And again, they're going on the road here to face a St. Louis team that is playing their best football of the season. And before you point to St. Louis's last 2 games and say, well, they were against the Raiders and the Redskins, you got to remember that over the past 7 weeks, the Rams have notched wins over the Seattle Seahawks, the San Francisco 49ers, and the Denver Broncos. So this team is much better than their 6-7 record would indicate, but they're not very good on the offensive side of the ball. 27th in total offense, and Arizona has a great defense. The Arizona offense might be crippled right now, but there's nothing wrong with their defense. The Cardinals, 3rd in the NFL in points allowed. They're surrendering just 18.3 points per game, and that defense knows good and well that they have to do the heavy lifting because they're not getting much help from their offense. So look, I don't have much faith in the St. Louis offense in this game. I think the Arizona defense is going to play extremely well, and I'd be surprised if the Rams reach 20 points. However, I'd be surprised if the Arizona Cardinals reach 20 points also. Look, I haven't had any faith in this Arizona team ever since Carson Palmer went down. I've bet against them regularly over the past 4 weeks with mixed results. Loved the Seattle Seahawks 3 weeks ago when they faced the Cardinals, and indeed Seattle rolled to a 19-3 win. But I was also betting against Arizona last week, and by the way, Arizona should have lost that game. I'm still a little bit bitter about that result. Kansas City with a 14-6 halftime lead. The Arizona offense was on lockdown, but the Cardinals somehow, some way managed to rally for a 17-14 victory. Their defense really shut down that Kansas City offense in the second half. So again, I've been down on the Cardinals with Drew Stanton under center with good reason. They can no longer move the ball, and I don't expect them to move the ball very well against the Rams. But you know what? As I said, this Arizona defense so good. My preferred bet here is a bet against the Arizona offense and a bet for the Arizona defense. In other words, under 40.5, my recommended play here.